The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 3rd, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Now, of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fabulous Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day with something other than a mixed bag. I think that's the first day of the week out there. We are in rally mode. The Dow up 377 points, S&P 28. 21 for the NASDAQ, 36 for the Russell, 170 for the transports, 35 for the semis, 48 for the NASDAQ composite, 190 for the New York Stock Exchange, $33 for gold, $1.43 for silver. Light sweet crude is up 64 pennies. Natural gas back 8 cents. Copper having a big day, up nearly 3%, 14-cent move there. I do have the daily gold show. I've got the daily, weekly, and monthly charts for gold on our screen. The monthly chart says that we are in rally mode and it should continue. No topping signal. The weekly says the exact same message. It is a daily that's in timeout mode. Today is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count topping pattern. Yesterday, it actually formed that TD9 count, and it also formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It did that because we had a key reversal bar. A key reversal bar requires three things. One, you must be in an extended condition. If you got a TD9 count signal or Rhodes momentum indicator signal, I guarantee you are in extended condition. So we got that one. Number two, you have to exceed the prior day's high and low. Well, we did that. And number three, you have to close one tick, one pip, one penny, whatever it is you're trading, in the opposite direction of the trend. Well, we most certainly did that. So there's two topping patterns out there. Does it matter if you have two tops? No. What it really matters is, can price bust through its momentum line, that oscillator and change line? That's at 38.72. If there's going to be any traction to the downside for gold, price must close below that level. But even if it closes below that level, there is a new profile that formed yesterday, and that profile is below price, and that is a bullish message. So that suggests that whatever retracement, if anything, whatever short-term top that we get inside of a Goldilocks, that it's likely to be just simply that, just short-term. That doesn't mean that gold can't pull back to test profile support in the 37.67, 37.84 level, but the weekly and monthly are saying short-term, and the new profile that formed below price for gold for its daily time frame is saying the same thing. Now, if we take a look at the XAU is it's actually flat right now. So it does have that TD9 count topping pattern out there. That went ahead and completed yesterday. As you can see right now, it is flirting with its green oscillator and change line. It's actually trading just below it. So for the XAU, this is a number I'd be paying attention to, folks. So we can go look at the GDX, but I'd really be paying to a look at the index out here. And they closed below 300.47 Well, then suggests we should see a further retracement in the XAU. The XAU is going to complete a TD9 count topping pattern today for its weekly time frame. It's going to confirm a TD9 count topping to complete it next week out there. So that's saying if the daily gets some traction to the downside, what the weekly ought to do is pull back towards that 268.45 level. Now we're not paying attention to profiles on this. For the index, they're not working. That's where the GDX would be, helpful. On a monthly time frame, we're in bar number 8. That's going to form. You can see the 30-minute time frame has a TD9 count. So the key level here on a very short-term time frame is going to be 298.70 out there. Gold and the XAU is going to follow along with Goldilocks out there. So this is suggesting perhaps a short-term pullback, both gold, silver. Well, let's put silver up here. Silver also giving us the same message out there. And that same message is that we're going to go ahead and, or we completed a TD9 count topping pattern yesterday is my recollection, but let's just make sure here. Oh, no, we didn't. No TD9 count top pattern. That's right. It got negated. What we formed was a sell the D point top yesterday with that bear sash candle. Now, we also formed a new profile. So there's really two things to be looking at today for silver. First, if silver closes above yesterday's high, 48.01, it negates the sell the D point top. We're at 47.83 right now. If it closes below 45.94, that's the bottom of its profile. That would then suggest a further retracement. I would eye the oscillator and change line from the weekly time frame at 43.11 as being another downside price target. There's also a 30-minute for silver, TD9 count top. But if price closes above, I just want to make sure, 47.83, where we closed the last bar, we closed at 47.8250. And we're trading at 87.45. If price closes above, so this is kind of an interesting one. If it closes above 47.835, it negates the TD9 count top. But if there were a bearish reversal candle to form, it would form a Rhodes momentum indicator top out there. And then just watch for the TD9 count top. That Rhodes momentum indicator top requires a bearish reversal candle. Don't know if we're going to get one of those anytime soon when we take a look at the silver chart. So that kind of takes care of the metals area. There was a question that came in yesterday. I forget who asked that question, but it was about the U.S. dollar index, which, because of data feeds that I'm using to do the show and a number of things that I'm running, I don't have both data feeds up. So what I did this morning is current slide. It should come up here. What I did this morning as I was doing the newsletter subscribers see this every day. See this chart along with this chart here for the U.S. dollar index broken down for multiple time frames. So I went ahead and took a snapshot of this, simply so that you can see first the components that make up the U.S. dollar index are right here. The euro is a 57.6% weighting, 13.6 for the yen, 11.9 for the Great British Pound. I don't have the other ones. The Canadian loonies around 10%, 8, 9, 10%, something like that. And then you got the krona and the Swiss franc out there. So if you take a look at the euro, we talked about this yesterday. The key level for the euro is going to be that green oscillator and change line. Again, tested and rejected yesterday. If price closes above that, that would lead to a further rally. But at this stage, that's resistance. Until that gets busted through, if price starts moving lower on this chart here, for the euro, the U.S. dollar index will get weaker. So if price busts through that level, what we'd see is the euro would be getting stronger, the dollar would be... The euro would be getting stronger, the dollar would be getting weaker. If the euro stays below that green oscillator and change line, the dollar is getting stronger. Sorry if I screwed that up, trying to multitask and did a real poor job of it. If you take a look at the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, don't really have a good pattern here other than price testing prior swing points out here. But price is trading below its green oscillator and change line. If this moves lower, it's getting stronger. Dollar would be getting weaker out there. If we take a look at the Great British Pound, you can see it's also continuing to find resistance at that oscillator and change line. So just like the euro. Here on the daily time frame for the U.S. dollar index, you can see just a consolidation with inside profile levels. And it does have a buy the D point bottom, this bullish piercing candle there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We'll finish looking at the dollar so we can get back to this break.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back up, folks. Let me get that U.S. dollar set of charts back up on the screen here. It should pop up here momentarily. So again, there's 2 charts that subscribers get each morning. They get the U.S. dollar index and the components that make that up, and then I obviously I add what's going on for the time frames that we're taking a look at. And here you can see the Swiss franc as an example is trading in a descending price channel out there. The Corona is testing its oscillator and change line. If it closes below that, it's going to go ahead and head much lower. But this is the multiple set of time frames out here for the U.S. dollar index. So if you take a look at the monthly time frame, it's been trading in an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside for quite some time. It has not attained its price objective. It's close to the $94 level. I don't know if that is actually going to complete or not. And the reason is that on a weekly time frame, we have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern. And here you can see that price is consolidating with inside its weekly profile, and that's anywhere between 96.08 to 96.46. That would be the buy zone, and resistance up at 98.76 as well as 99.53. The latter being the weekly TD9 count breakdown resistance level. The daily actually has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, but it hasn't completed that pattern, and right now price is just consolidating with inside that daily profile. Here's what's going on those intraday charts to the extent that that provides you with some interest or what have you. But that's what's going on with the U.S. dollar index, which basically the weekly chart in essence says it all. And what that says, you can see for the last several months, it's just simply been a sideways move inside the U.S. dollar index. It's been for weeks now, months, just really small sideways, small-bodied candles out there. So the U.S. dollar index is not influencing, in my opinion, it's not influencing where metals are going. It's not influencing where the market is going. Is the influence there is just we got a consolidation that's going on. That's it. So that's what I see there with that. And thanks for waiting an extra day on that. Let's go take let's actually start getting into some requests out there. Don't come back and take a look at the equity markets. The first request coming in, let me see if I can find that. It is for ticker symbol DV. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. So I got DV yesterday on its daily time frame. A dunk negating a TD9 count bottom pattern. Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal is present, but that needs a bullish reversal candle. So this should head lower until you get that confirmation. On a weekly time frame, price is trading below a prior swing frame from back on April the 11th. That swing had volume of 12.9 million shares. We are passing it this week with 17 million shares. So passing a swing point with conviction out there. The monthly time frame shows a couple of different A to B equals CD patterns out here. The one that I would focus in on, can't really do that either. So what I don't like to do is for a swing point, for the B point and the C point to be the same candle out there. And that's the only one that I can see that is present. This retracement is more than a 0.786. So I don't really have a good pattern out here for the monthly time frame for DV, but everything is pointing to lower price. So that much I can share with you, Don, because everything here is pointing to lower price. On that daily time frame, watch for some type of bullish reversal candle. That should at least then get you a rally towards the bottom of its profile at 1182, or perhaps the oscillator and change line will act as resistance, 1164-ish. You also wanted to take a look at QUBT. Let's pull those charts up on our screen. QUBT is trading out right now at 2506. So having a stellar day, a stellar week. So on a weekly basis, price is going after its TD9 count top. That TD9 count top took place on December 20th. The volume there, 790 million shares. This week, you're up with 192 million shares. Yes, you're inside that with volume, but you have this negated a TD9 count, Rhodes momentum indicator top a couple weeks back. You're going after those highs out there. Again, what's that? What is that high? That high from that swing point was 2715. The monthly time frame chart, price is trading above. We just began the month, and this is already trading above the top of its monthly profile. That's a bullish signal. That's at 2188. The daily time frame looks like that's actually triggering an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Let's go ahead and open up these charts. Yes, it most certainly is. So let's go ahead and draw that in there. There's a couple of them. Man, there's A to B equals CD patterns all over the place here, but this is on the daily time frame. Let me give you the short daily time frame one. And what I would do is, since we had a nice TD9 count bottom, although that was not the low, we've got to use this. We actually have to use the swing point out here for the daily time frame, the bottom of August 20th. And our B point is going to be that TD9 count top from September 19th. We're going to copy. We're going to paste, and now we're going to assemble. And now we see here we've got that A to B equals CD pattern. Oops, let's get it in the right spot out there. About right there. There we go. And so you got a one-to-one price projection here, Steve-O, of 28.22. The way that price is blasted off of that C point tells us that it is likely to do more than a one-to-one A to B equals CD pattern for its daily time frame. Weekly, it's because this. So on the weekly basis, I would say that the A to B equals CD pattern. So there's a couple of them. There's one that we can start with back here from October, use this swing point from December 20, that T9 count top, and then that retracement. It's not going to get you too much beyond where we're at right now. So at this stage of the game, everything here is pointing to higher price that I see in QUBT, Steve-O. So I hope that helps you out. We like QUBT versus the other one that we were DV, the one that we were looking at before. Dan wants to take a look at Fuel Cell. FCEL is a ticker symbol out here. Let's pull its charts up. Fuel Cell is trading out as we speak at, I don't know, I got a blank screen. There we go. $10.57. Also having a heck of a day out here. So this is taking out a swing point at this moment in time. This is the swing point from the trading session of 9:23. Volume there, 6.9 million shares in an hour, almost 2 hours of trading, 4.5 million shares. So this has got a ginormous A to B equals CD pattern, the upside down that this is forming. Let's go ahead and put this in here. We'll just put in the I'm just going to put in the A to B point out there and just move this over to that C point just for speed. There we go. And that's going to give us an initial price projection. Holy shnikes. The initial price projection, 1377. Stevie said, and you got that 1398 is the weekly TD9 count breakdown resistance area. So where's the only other resistance that we've got? Could be coming from the monthly time frame. It is. Now, this is kind of cool. Fuel Cell last month, Dan, ran right into where a counter trend rally would run, the center of its bullish structured profile, which was at 982. You can see we're trading above that right now. I don't know if we're going to continue to trade above it. The daily and weekly say that we are. So then you've got resistance at that. But you don't have resist at 1377. That's just the A to B equals CD price projection. But you do have resist at 1398. That's coming from the weekly, and 1294. So your price target to the upside should be the 1294, 1398 area out there. Stock chart looking muy bueno. Let's go take a look at LAES out there. Also for Dan, see what this is doing. It's trading out right now at 472. Now, what you like about this on the weekly time frame is it is trading above its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That is at $4.28. So a close above that is what we just have to call it a beautiful thing. This is trading into a swing point on a weekly basis from back on December 27th, 535 million shares that week. We're only at 90 million shares. Doesn't matter. It's trading above resistance. Weekly chart says, I want to rally further. The monthly time frame chart is trading inside a bullish structured monthly profile. Oh, I'm taking that back. There's a new profile that formed. This formed 2 months ago. So your profile resistance area here, Dan, for LAES is at 499. So 499 is where you're going to get that next test of sellers and resistance. If price is able to close above the high from September 22nd, 480, you're going to negate a TD9 count top. Now, that had volume of 43 million shares. So far today, you're at 19 million shares. You're pushing into that swing point with volume. So you'd love to see this close today, especially close above 480. That'll trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. And we'll just tell you that 490 is going to, or 499 is going to be that next real level of resistance that you've got to deal with out there.
Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, sorry about that. I was talking through the breakout there, and but I think you got everything on LAES, Dan, out there. Everything looked hunky-dory out there. So let's go ahead and move on to the next request out here. This is coming in from Glenn. He wants to take a look at Boulder Dash. No, the ticker symbol there is BLDP. Man, all these charts are having stellar days out here. BLDP, P as in Paul, is taking out a TD9 count top that had formed on September 23rd. That TD9 count high was $3.17. 16 million shares traded that day. So far, you're up with 10 million shares. So now you've got another just another gigantic confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Now, I'm not taking this chart back. There might be a different A point to use out there, but that's the A to B point. Let's go here. Copy. Paste this sucker. Move it over. We'll give you an approximate price projection on it. Looks like we're about 409. Formula 409 is where a BLDP is headed to. Now, that's the one-to-one price objective. This is going to do more than a one-to-one, or should do more than one price objective. If you look at the weekly time frame, there's already an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. You're in bar number 6. I don't see any kind of a topping signal here. Let's populate the monthly time frame chart. You've been up now. This is going to be perhaps 7 months in a row. Had a nice TD9 count bottom pattern there, but everything is above, trading above resistance there. So you're trading above resistance on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. BLDP should continue to rally. And again, it's an initial price target is 409 off that daily A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. So hope that helps you out, Glenn, and thanks so much for taking the time to write in. Eddie, and his favorite stock, this is the favorite stock of many, is NVIDIA out there. And the real question is, where the Sam heck is this thing headed to? Well, we're trading above resistance on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frame, so we can't find any resistance that this has. The weekly time frame appears that it's going to go ahead and negate a TD9 count top today. And all it needs to do is close above the high Eddie of 184.48. That had volume, by the way, of 750 million shares. This week, we're up with 785. You know what that means? That means, holy shnikes out here, that means overtime. Now, let's really call it overtime. That's a new potential A to B equals, not even a potential. Well, let me just make sure. Let me see if I get this retracement tool here working. Fibonacci retracements. Let's see if this is at least a 0.382 retracement. So this is going to be an approximate grab, and it's not. Nah. So we're not calling that a new A to B equals CD. You've got to go back to the old one. So the old one, though, and it's a nice one. Let me go to the the monthly time frame chart. So the weekly's bullish, Eddie, as price is taking out resistance as we speak right now. On a monthly time frame, there we go. So here's the big A to B equals CD pattern, the upside for NVIDIA. It starts with the TD9 count bottom pattern that forms October 2022 out there. And it ends with the B point's going to end at the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That was that candle session on January 25th out there. So we're going to copy that A to B move. We're going to try to. We don't try to do anything around here. We either do it or we don't, and we do it. So now we take a look, and we're going to go ahead and move that to the C point of that A to B equals CD pattern. That gives us a price projection, Eddie, 1-to-1 of 229.85. Now, what we know is that the price is along the left side of that C to D leg. What does that tell us? That tells us we have a stronger move than that A to B leg out there, and that we should do more than a 1-to-1. Now, the monthly time frame does have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. And if we were to get a bearish reversal candle, well, then that would change the outcome of this pattern. But that's not what we have right now. So that's really the price projection. And the weekly is really assisting us because we're taking out a TD9 count top and we're doing it with conviction out there. So, Eddie, I hope that gave the information you were looking for. You also want to take a look at McEwen Mining. MUX is the ticker symbol. So let's pull those charts up on our screen out here. McEwen Mining. MUX is taking on its TD9 count top for its daily time frame. And that formed a couple of days ago, completed yesterday. And if price is able to close above 1752, which also is the top of its daily profile, you would negate that signal. Right now, what you have is a new profile that has resistance or a resistance zone between 1659, Eddie, and 1752. If price were to close below 1659, it would increase the odds that McEwen Mining should make its way down to profile support, 1473, or if price were to close below that, its breakout level, 1365. That's coming from the daily time frame. The weekly and the monthly say no topping pattern is in place out here. We want to continue to move higher. This could be 8 months in a row to the upside for McEwen Mining out there. So even though you've got a TD9 count top, even though you have really a wave 7 signal has been triggered for the daily time frame, I believe it's just short term. Don't know whether it's going to consolidate or if it's just a few days, but it's going to. So you've got the numbers out here to really pay attention to. And that's going to be 1752 to the upside. And right now I'd have to say 1640 and 1473 to the downside out there. But the weekly and the monthly are saying a short-term event, just we don't know for how long that's going to last there, Eddie. So I hope that helps you out. Ron wants to look at Agnico Eagle. AEM is a ticker symbol out here. Agnico Eagle right now is trading out at $169.09. Now, what you love about this here, Ron, is on a weekly basis, you're going to negate its TD9 count top that formed last week. That tells you about, on a weekly basis, a very strong upward momentum move. You didn't need me to tell you that, but that's what you've got. What you needed me to share with you is the fact you're going to negate its topping pattern out there. So that is very good. If you take a look at the daily time frame, yesterday formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. However, price continues to trade above its oscillator and change line, which is, and it's tested it this morning. It's at 168.73 right now, and price is trading above the top of its profile. So it's more of a neutral signal. However, a close above 171.45 on the daily time frame will negate that signal. It says we move to the upside. The monthly time frame chart is in the bar following bar number 9. So that suggests that if we are going to see a top, it's going to be sometime this month. But the weekly is saying ain't going to be because of a TD9 count top, because it's being negated right now. Instead, it would have to be a sell the D point top, and that would require a bearish reversal candle. So other than that, Ron, everything here in AEM is looking pretty good. The daily's got its work to do. Of course, AEM is going to be responding to whatever gold might do, and we've taken a look at gold's TD9 count pattern. You've got that data. You know what the level is, a close above that would negate that signal, which would then be good for the mining equities. You also want to take a look at Barrick Gold out here. B is the ticker symbol. So let's go pull that up, see what it is doing. Barrick Gold right now trading out at $33.99. Monthly chart looks good. No topping signal. Weekly chart is going to confirm a TD9 count topping pattern today. Looks like it'll also confirm a sell the D point pattern. What that is suggesting is that Barrick Gold should pull back towards its oscillator and change line, 29.17. What does the daily time frame chart have to say about that? Well, it says, okay, I also formed a sell the D point top out here. And it did that with this dark cloud cover candle on September 23rd. So price would need to close above that high, 36.10, for this to get its mojo back out there. Price below that oscillator and change line, this could easily still target that 29.17 level to the downside. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at AES and UNH for Yvonne.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. How about those games last night? Those baseball games actually started in the afternoon with the Tigers and Cleveland out there. And so I thought they were great games. I realize that the audience, everybody has their own, teams that they're pulling for. And my apology if your team did not advance to the next stage out there. First, now I love when things go to a final game. Or the final golf hole, or, it just, for me, it just makes it all that more exciting, probably for you as well out there. And but how about that pitcher? I had never actually seen that. I would screw up his last name. Cam S. Is his for the Yankees. 24-year-old. I mean, it was impressive as could be, and really, I thought just really great games out there. Giancarlo has been one of my favorite all-time players, in this day and age, and I love seeing him get up to a bat. And it's just, how would you like to pitch against those guys? But in any event, let's get back to looking for some good games this weekend as well. But all 3 of those games last night, I thought were well played games, good games. I mean, they made errors out there for sure. Some surprising stuff, for such great athletes, but. In any event, we're looking at AES. This is for Yvonne out here. And AES formed an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside yesterday for its daily time frame. It's a big one. I'm really going to just probably do it from the weekly chart out here. So the weekly chart has a swing point, Yvonne, from July of 2025, 54 million shares that week. This week, we're up over with 108 million shares. So you can see you've got weekly, daily, A to B equals CD pattern. They're really going to be the same out here. So let me just cut and paste this so you can get a feel for where price is likely headed to. Anything can happen, right? There's no guarantees out here. The only guarantee is Steve is going to give you a good show. That much I can guarantee. What this is suggesting to you and I, Yvonne, is that price wants to make a move to 1691. That's the initial price target of its 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. The only issue that AES has right now is prices bumping up against the sellers for its monthly time frame. So we won't get to that 1691 level until we see a close above 1509. And 1509 is the monthly top of that profile out there. So that's your big, if you take a look at yesterday's move, it's gap to the upside, or 2 days ago, gap to the upside. Yesterday pulls back a bit. What's going on? It is those sellers that are sitting right there at that 1509 level. So if we clear 1509. We start trading above it, remain above it. That's going to get us to the 1691. That's one price objective. The second price objective, also coming from the weekly time frame, $19 even Steven. That is its TD9 count breakdown resistance level out there. So Yvonne, I hope that helps you out with regard to AES. You also want to take a United Health. So let's go take a, by the way, AES also got a nice monthly TD9 count bottom, as does United Health, is my recollection. So let's pull up the United Health charts out there, and we'll start with the monthly chart on the bottom right as soon as that populates. Yes, indeed. It's got a nice monthly TD9 count bottom. Price then forms a new profile that it is trading in. It is a bullish structured profile. That bullish structured profile has a buy zone between 271 and 308. Once you close above the center of that profile, which we did last month, you should get up to test the top of that profile. So where UNH United Health is headed for, it's gunning for that 383.30 level. The weekly time frame is going to form bar number 8 this week. That's suggesting that you could get a top between this week and the next two. I think it's more likely next week or the week after. What we'd be watching for, though, in United Health is it has a daily TD9 count top. Does this hold or does this fold? With the level that you're watching out here is the high from September 12th, and that high is 362.31. If price closes above that, it'll negate the daily topping signal and would absolutely say that, well, certainly this week is not likely to be the top. Maybe it's next week or the week after out there. So you do have a TD9 count top on the daily. The weekly's got the potential. The monthly says we want a gun for 383.30. I think more likely than not, that's where it's headed to. Volume-wise, the swing point on the daily time frame that it's dealing with, that September 12th, 14 million shares. So far, in a little over 2 hours of trading, this has done 7 million shares. So you're moving in that swing point with volume. At a minimum, you will be back up, even if it tests and rejects it, you'll be back up at the 362.31 level. Don't know whether you'll be back up with volume or not, but you'll certainly be back up there. And a close above that, and then that says, okay, 383.30 would be the likely price target. So I hope that helps you out. I don't see, 8 scoreless innings by that Cam Schlittler, something, I hate to, he should change his last name, but just an extraordinary pitching talent out there, in that situation. Really, just to, it seems like his life is pretty much set out there, and wasn't he throwing, and he's got great stuff. In any event, I don't have any other requests. I don't have so what that means is no requests. Let's go start taking the equity future markets or the equity markets. Let's just start there. Let's start with the daily cash indices out here. So we get to get a feel for what is transpiring today. What's transpiring today, the Dow is in bullish mode. It's trading above its green oscillator and change line. Should continue. No topping pattern there. No topping pattern on the S&P 500. No topping pattern on the NDX 100. Everything trading above their green oscillator and change line. 2488.80 is the number. We're 2488.30 right now. If the Russell closes about 2488.80, it negates its Rhodes momentum indicator top and says northward. The semiconductor index, no topping pattern there. The Dow transports are now trading above their green oscillator and change line. They have struggled at that level. That's suggesting a further rally is likely. The NASDAQ composite, no topping pattern. And the New York Stock Exchange will negate its Rhodes momentum indicator top today. All it needs to do is close above 21,696.11. We're at 21,759 right now. I presume that more likely than not that's a outcome. So the daily time frame for each of those indices out there are saying we continue to rally. Now, the Russell 2000 is the only one that's on hold right now. Of course, the New York Stock Exchange is still a little bit on hold, but we're trading above it. It looks like we will probably close above that today. So 2488.80 is the number on the Russell, and 21,696.11 is the number on the New York Stock Exchange. You close above both those, and just simply bullish messages. If we look at the daily equity future contracts out here, I start with the ES Mini, trading off profile, trading off its oscillator and change line. Same thing with the NQ. Same thing now. We've negated the TD9 count, the Wave 7 count for the Dow Equity Future contract. So no topping pattern there, and no topping pattern for the Russell 2000. It never generated any kind of a topping signal. It just led to basically a consolidation. First, it led to a false breakdown message. That occurred on September 25th when price closed below profile support. And then once we got back above it, which was the following day, that told us that was a false breakdown. Now, we're getting a false breakout message. We won't know that until the close of Monday, but right now we are breaking out. We're in breakout mode. No tops there. Let's go take a look at what's going on from an intraday standpoint out here. So from an intraday standpoint, what we've got is the ES Mini. All right, so the ES Mini. Remember, yesterday we looked at the 240-minute time frame chart for the NQ, which had completed a sell the D point top. When we looked at the ES Mini, it hadn't made its price objective, which was about $67.90. Well, we're making it right now. So that just says on a 4-hour basis, well, really, if we're making it now for the 4-hour, it's the same thing for the 30-minute, 60-minute. And if we got bearish reversal candles, those would be sell the D point tops out there. But otherwise, we have got no topping signals that I see at this moment in time for any of these time frames. There's no reasons, unless sellers show up, but there's no reasons for this rally not to continue. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. Some funny comments being posted in the den about Bob Uecker. That's great. Hey, I am Milwaukee's playing. I guess the game started on Saturday, right? So then we'll see Milwaukee playing on Saturday. If we take a look at LAC, this is for Duncan Steve inside the Tigers Den. One, you're getting a confirmed daily A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The swing point that price is taking out was from September 30th, had volume there of 212 million shares. So far today, you're up with 129. So I presume it's going to have the volume. Volume or not, the initial price projection out here, Steve, is $10.31. The way prices moved off of that C point, this will do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. So I would say more likely than not, what price wants to do is target its monthly TD9 count breakdown level. Might do it sooner than later. That price target is 1445. You like the weekly action because price is negating a TD9 count breakdown level at 739 out there. So everything on LAC is looking mighty, mighty fine. Back to the let's take a look at here. New York Stock Exchange, Advanced Client Oscillator. Are we back above zero? Well, we're getting back above zero here. So good positive market breadth. New York Stock Exchange will negate its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We talked about that earlier. 21,696.11 is the number. So here's the odd thing. The spot VIX index is still above the 50-day exponential moving average. It's at 1616, and it always suggests caution. When price is above the 50-day exponential moving average, the typical price movement is sideways to lower. Of course, you could have fooled me if you take a look at today's price action. Just pay attention. Like if price closes back below its 50-day exponential moving average, 1616, and the advanced client oscillator gets back above the zero threshold level, that's just an indication that the rally is going to continue. So that's the only real weakness that I see out here. Folks, have a fabulous Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for all your assistance this week. Everybody who sent in requests by email, and everybody inside the Tigers Den, either public or private messages. So take care. Be safe out there, and go Tigers.